we're going to use this catalog as the inspiration for our card designs today. So each card is based on some sort of design in the holiday catalog. We're going to be using this brand new paper that is coming out in January, and it is called Flower and Field Designer Series paper, and it just has a beautiful set of flowers, and the back side has either stripes or polka dots, and it goes with a lot of different colors of cardstock. And then the sentiments for what we're doing today come from this new set that's available in January called Mini Messages. And it also has a coordinating die cut. So I literally stamped this entire design onto one piece of cardstock. So here it is mounted on my block. I just tapped my ink all over it, pressed it down, and then once I did that, I laid the die cut on top of it, and it cut out these perfect sentiments, and I have several over here that I have not used. Okay, so those are where I got the sentiments from, or the mini messages, and that also comes out in January. All right, so let's get started. All right, so cards 1 and 2, these come from page 11, and card 1 is based on this design right here. Okay, and so the first layer is 5 inches by 4 inches, and the second layer is 4.5 inches by 3 inches. And then for the design in the corner here, I used a punch and a strip of paper and some ribbon. All right, so here we go. Let's get started gluing. And for this design, the background layer is at an angle. It is not square to the paper. This is on Just Jade cardstock. So I'm going to lay it down and then make it as angled as I possibly can without it coming off of the card. And then the next piece is also angled, but it's angled in the other direction, like this. And then this is my sentiment, and it's going to be mounted in the corner right here with this ribbon, kind of like that. Okay, so I'm going to glue this layer down first. Now these are going to be straight, and they're going to come off of the edge of the second layer, but not the first layer. Okay, and then for the ribbon, I think I'm going to use a little tear and tape. Yeah. And I'm going to try to get both pieces with the tear and tape. This is my favorite stuff. Okay. I want that to be in the center. And then let's glue this one down. There we go. And then I'm going to use some dimensionals on this. Okay. And there. Card 2, layer 1 is 4 inches by 5 inches. This one is card 2. Layer 2 is 1 by 4 3/4. Layer 3 is 2 by 4 3/4. And this one, the butterfly is a retired punch. Okay, let's get to gluing. However, I love the butterfly punches. I really love punches, and I'm so excited they've got a new double oval punch coming out in the spring. Okay, there's your first layer. Now this one, because I want this to be right on the edge of this one, I'm going to do this first. And I played around with how it looks, and I like the pink at the bottom, but I just really want it on the edge. Okay, like that. Now I'm going to treat it as one. Okay. And this one I'm going to move to the top of the base layer. And then I'm going to glue my happy anniversary down and put the butterflies above and below. And we're going to add some jewels. Let's see. These are really pretty. Oh yeah, that's a good choice. There we go. That's lovely. Okay, card number 2 is finished. So this one's card 3 right here, and the base layer is the white, and that's 3 1/4 by 5. This layer is 3 1/2 by 5, and this small piece is 2 1/2 by 2 1/2. Okay, let's get to layering. Now for this one, I'm going to put this one kind of in the upper right hand corner, and then leave an edge of white on 2 sides, but not too much of an edge, about like that much. Okay. And this I'm going to put about right there. I think that looks good. Oh, this is the other side of that looks like, but I don't want flower on flower like that. Okay. And then this one, let's get our tearing tape. Move my hand so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. And for this, it's sort of down in the corner, so to speak. So I'm going to do it like that. I know that's bumpy, but you won't see that because I'm going to cover that up like this. Okay. And we use our dimensionals. Let's see where I want that. I want it right there in the corner of that. There we go. And let's trim that a little bit. Okay. There's that one. That's card 3. Is this, and this is our inspiration for card 4. And we have this piece right here is 2 1/2 by 5 1/2. And then the 3 rectangles are 2 1/2 and 1 1/2. Okay. And so here we go. Get that moved just a little bit. This one you're gluing directly to the right hand edge of your card. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay these down so I can get a feel for the positioning of them. Uh-oh. Okay, so I want that spacing. So I'm going to glue the bottom and the top, and then I'll deal with the middle. This one has a ribbon under the middle layer, but I'm actually going to put my ribbon on top of this layer. Okay, there's that one. And for my ribbon, let's see if this one is too wide. I'm not sure. I think that might be fine. And, okay, that's good. Okay, there we go. I did that a little too low, I think. Let me angle that. Angle that. Okay, that's good. Okay. All right. Let's see. Oh, I love that. Okay, it's great. Okay, we are on card 5. That's page 29. So I really love this. It's super easy. I did 5 strips, 3/4 by 4, 3/4 by 5, 3/4 by 4.5, 3/4 by 5, and 3/4 by 4, and then layer 2 is a 3 by 2 piece. But really, you could use any scraps to create this. Really nice. Okay, so that's what we're going to do here. And I had to play around with it until I got my papers the way I wanted them. But I kind of did a short with a tall and then kind of continued that. And they're not perfectly straight, but you can make yours however you wish. Okay. Then this piece is going to go here, and these are going to go here. And I think what I'm going to do is between this layer and the jade layer, I'm going to use, they don't make this anymore. But you could use any kind of ribbon that you want. And this, I think I'm going to just glue it down. Okay. And one more thing, let's put some gems on there. And I think I like the clear gems for this. There we go. Yeah. I think I'll use the larger size pieces. And then some smaller ones. Do one up here. Do one more. I don't know, I like things to be in groups of 3. Okay. And there's my happy birthday card. Here is card 6. This is on page 35, my inspiration. Now this is not exactly the same, but they basically have, what I did in this is I have a rectangular piece. I did a 5.5 by 3 inches, and then I did a 2.25 inch circle on top of it. And then they also have some gems. Okay. So this is going to be my design like that. And I am layering it so that it is centered more to the left, but not directly on that left edge. And the bumblebee is such a pretty yellow. And my circle is not exactly in the center. Let's do okay. And let's put some gems on here. Let's use the I think I'm going to use the white ones again. They're just so pretty. Try not to touch that glue too much. Okay, there is my card number 6. So on this one, they have a printed background. They did theirs with stamps, but I'm just going to use double-sided paper. They have a strip that has a notch in it, and then a saying with some twine, that's silver ribbon, and then an embellishment. So this was what I came up with for that. Okay, this is my design for that. And this layer is 4 by 5, and this piece is 2 by 4, and I used this punch, which is on page 166 of the annual catalog, to make that perfect notch, but you can just use scissors if you want. Okay. All right, let's get to gluing. Because I had the bumblebee strip right here and I wanted to use the daisy punch, I wanted to be able to see the flowers, so I did the bottom in black, and I think that works nicely. So I'm going to layer it so that it gives it a little bit of an offset like that. I want to be able to see my text, so I'm just going to put it, let's see, where do I want to put it? Okay, let's go there with it. Okay, I like that. Okay, great. Okay, next card. We are now on card 8. This is another one that's great for any of those leftover strips of paper that you have. Okay, here we have our inspiration is on page 44, and this was my inspiration for this card. The base layer is 5 1/4 by 4 1/8, and then there are 3 strips at 1 1/2 by 4, and then the top layer is 5 1/2 by 1 inches. Okay. And I decided to make my first layer black. I felt like that was a unifying color. And once again, I'm going to put them down and space them out. Okay, and then I'm going to glue the ends and then put the middle in. Okay. Make sure my flowers are going the right direction. There we go. Definitely look at the direction of your paper for this, because if I had something sideways, like this one is sideways, I don't want to use that side. So I'm using the other side. Okay. And then this is going to go across here like this. Once again, I used my punch to make that notch, but you can use scissors. And I did that ahead of time just to save some time. Gems. And I'm using the clear of the Elegant Faceted. Okay. And I don't want them exactly evenly spaced out. I really like that. Okay. Here we go, 2 more to go. Card 9 also comes from page 44, and this box is actually the inspiration design for this card. I have 3 layers. Layer 1 is 4 1/2 by 4 inches. Layer 2 is 3 1/2 by 3 1/2, and layer 3 is 5 1/2 by 2 inches. Okay, here we go. And this piece I'm going to place so that it is more aligned to the left. And this piece goes past it to the very edge of the card. This piece I used the punch on both ends. Okay. I like this saying, your kindness means more to me than you could ever imagine. Okay, card 10, that's page 46. I'll show you the inspiration for that. Here we go, this is the inspiration, and instead of using punched out leaves, I'm just using double-sided paper. And layer 1 is 4 by 5 1/4, and layer 2 is 2 1/2 by 2. Okay. And for For my trim, I'm actually going to use this Whisper White twine. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave part of it hanging for a bow. And I'm going to wrap around. Let's see if I can separate that out a little bit better. There we go. Okay. That's good. And I do want it on the edge. Shorten that a little bit and then trim it. Okay, that's great. Okay, that's perfect. And then this is going to go right here in the middle of it with some dimensionals. That would help if I had it the right direction. Okay, that's great. And then the back of this is also going to have dimensionals because of the way the twine raises the paper up. It won't lay flat. There we go. And I want it towards the bottom right hand corner like that. Okay. So let's look at what we made, and our inspiration was the fall catalog for our new spring prints. So this is what we made. That's just beautiful. And we used the new paper. I used the new paper with the new mini messages. Thanks so much for watching, and please send and share pictures of what you create with your paper pack. Thanks. Good night.